Hello, guys. Hope you are doing good. Welcome to our today's presentation. This presentation is going to cover the mid-ordinate rule, and then we proceed to the arithmetic progression. We have got the question before us, and we are supposed to use the mid-ordinate rule with the 6 strips to estimate the area between the curve and the x-axis. You realize that the values, the range is from the range of x values is from -4 all the way to +2. That is the range. So for us to be able to work out that area, first of all, we need to understand the height from one strip to the other. For example, from this strip to the other, you discover that you are covering a distance of that is 1 unit, a distance of 1 unit. So this is going to act as our height. And in this case, we are going to use the middle values. The middle values are the ones that we are going to use. That is why it is mid-ordinate rule. So for the middle values, we have to write them before we start. So the middle value here is -3.5. These are the ones that we are going to use, and we have a -2.5. We have a -1.5, and we have a -0.5. This is positive 0.5. Then we have that is positive 1.5, positive 1.5. So those are the middle values that we are going to use. So first of all, we need to come up with a table that is going to carry x and y values. So let us have our x and y area. So we are going to write our middle values here under the x. So we are going to start from our -3.5. We proceed to -2.5. We have -1.5, -0.5. Then we move to 0.5. Then we have 1.5. I remember the equation we are going to use is in fact y is equals to 3x squared minus 5x then plus 8. We're going to substitute the values of x in this equation that we have been given for us to be able to get the corresponding values for y. Now, if you put this in this equation, if you put -3x in this equation, you do the right substitution, and you make sure that everything is very okay. Our calculators must produce 62.25. 62.25. And then if you exchange and now use -2.5, you must get 39.25. We proceed to 22.25. Then we have 11.25. We have that is 6.25. Then we have our 7.25. Now the next thing is to write the formula of mid-ordinate. That is, we must have the height, and then plus we multiply by the sum of these middle values. That is from y1 plus y2 plus y3 plus y4 plus y5 then plus y6. Now our height, like I told you, is 1, and then we multiply by the sum of the y values. That is 62.25 plus 39.25 plus 22.25 plus 11.25, then plus 6.25, and then 7.25. If you put this information in a calculator, I'm very sure this is going to give us an answer of 148.5 square units. 148.5 square units. The next part says use integration to find the exact area. Now we are going to integrate all the way from -4 to +2. And which equation are we going to integrate? It is in fact 3x squared minus 5x then plus 8. If we do our integration, then we'll get 3x raised to power 3. We divide by 3, then minus 5x squared. We divide by 2, then plus 8x plus c. This is going to cancel. This is for the purpose of integration. Now these and these are similar, they will cancel. We shall have x raised to power 3 minus 5 over 2x raised to power 2 plus 8x, and of course plus c, plus c, plus c. Then we integrate all the way from -4 to +2. Now let us substitute um, um, into this equation. We are going to use the values of x. Remember, all these are x values, so we are going to use all of them. Let's start with +2 by saying if you find the cube of 2, then you subtract 5 over 2, and then you square these 2, you multiply by the square of 2, plus 8, you multiply by 2, then you take away. This time round we are going to use -4. The cube of -4 minus 5 over 2, you multiply by the square of -4 plus 8, you multiply by -4, like this. Then this must give you the exact area. This is going to give us 8, and then this is minus 10, and then plus 16. We are going to take away, this is -64, then minus, this is -4 squared. It will give us 16 by 5. We'll get 8, and then you divide by 2, -40, then minus, this is 8 multiplied by -4. It's going to give us -32. And then if you handle the bracket first, you'll be able to get that the first bracket is going to give us that is 14. It is going to give us 14. Then you take away the second bracket is going to give us -64 minus 40 minus 32. This must be this is 136, negative 136. This and this will produce a positive. Now our exact area we get is 150 square units. 150 square units. Remember, under this part, these negatives, if you do the multiplication of the negative and a negative, you get a positive. That is why we are able to say it is 151. So it is 14 plus 136. It is going to produce 150. Now the C part, says calculate to four significant figures the percentage error in area estimated by the mid-ordinate rule. We are going to take the area that we obtained by the use of mid-ordinate rule, and then we subtract from the exact area we obtained by integration. We divide by the same area, that is the exact area, and then we multiply by 100. It's going to give us the percentage error. I'm saying it is 150. You take away 148.5, then you divide everything by 150, you multiply by 100, you cancel the zeros. So 148.5 take away 150, it will give 1.5. Then you divide by this is 15 times 10. the answer is going to be 1% as our percentage error. So the percentage error in this case is 1%. 1%. Very easy. This is a 10-mark question. It is very easy for all of us. So what we are supposed to do is just follow the simple steps that I have mentioned, and you are home and dry. The next thing that I want us to discuss is arithmetic progression. This is from sequence and series, a very important topic. Arithmetic progression, a very interesting part that we need to discuss. So we have been told that the arithmetic progression has the first term as A, the common difference is D. We are supposed to write down the third, ninth, and 25th term of the arithmetic progression in terms of A and D. That is what we are going to do. Already we have been told that the first term is A and the common difference is D. Now, what about the third term? What about the third term? Third term. So our third term is going to be, in fact, our third term is going to be that is A. It is going to be A. It's going to be A, then plus 2D. A plus 2D. That is the third term that we are going to have. Our third term is in fact A plus 2D. We proceed. What about the ninth term? Ninth term. Now the ninth term is in fact A plus 8D. A plus 8D. That is A plus 8D as our ninth term. We proceed to the next chapter, that is the 25th. Now we are going to look at the 25th term. The 25th term. 25th term. The 25th term is going to be A plus 24D. A plus 24D. Now we are done with the first part. The first part is complete. Now let us proceed to the next part that says the above arithmetic progression is increasing, and the third and ninth and 25th terms from the first three terms of they form the first three terms of a geometric progression. Now the sum of the seventh and the twice the sixth term of an AP is 78. Calculate the first term and the common difference. Now let us write down this information that we have before we proceed now to the heart of this question. We have been told that the seventh and the sixth term, if you get the sum of the seventh, that is, the seventh is A plus 6D plus twice the sixth. Twice the sixth. The sixth is A plus 5. The sixth is A plus 5D. If you get the sum, it is going to give you 78. If you get the sum, it's going to give you 78. Now, A plus 6D plus 2A plus 10D is going to give us 78. Put like terms together. 3A plus 16D must give us 78. It must give us 78. It must give us 78. Very well. Now let us proceed. But the question says that what we obtained in part A forms an increasing. It is part of an increasing arithmetic progression. So for us to be able to work out the first term and the common difference, we'll have to take the first term, that is not the first term, the third term, which is A plus 2D. Then we divide by the ninth term, which is A plus which is A plus no, we are supposed to take the ninth term, which is A plus 8, sorry, A plus 8D, and then we divide by the third term, which is A plus 2D. Then this one is equals to the 25th term, which is A plus 24D. Then we divide by the ninth term, which is A plus 8D. Then we do cross multiplication under this part. It's going to give us A plus 8D. Then you multiply by A plus 8D. And then this must give you A plus 2D. Then you multiply by A plus 24D. If you open the bracket and this part, we are going to have our A squared plus our 16D squared, then plus 64D squared. Now this is equals to this is a squared. Then if you multiply by this 24 plus 24 AD, then plus 2 AD, then plus 48D squared. 48D squared. We put like terms together. If you put the like terms together, you discover that A and A are going to cancel. A and A will cancel. Then we'll have our 16 D squared plus our 16, supposed to be 16 AD. Then this is 16 AD. There is no square here. This is 16 AD. Now 16 AD, this will give us 16 AD, then plus 64D squared, then is equals to 24 AD, then plus 2 AD, then plus 48D squared. So this is 16 AD plus 64D squared is equals to 26 AD, then plus 48D squared. We put like terms together. So this is going to be 64D squared, then minus 48D squared is equals to 26 AD minus 16 AD. So this one will give us 16D squared is equals to 10 AD. So we can decide to make either A the subject of the formula, or we make D the subject of the formula. Now let us try to make to eliminate this A by saying that we divide both sides by D. So this D and D will cancel. We remain with 1D, and this will cancel. So we have 16D is equals to 10A. 16D is equals to 10A. 16D is equals to 10A. Good. Now we proceed and say that we add our equation, that is 3A plus 16D is equals to 78. Now under this case, we can make even A the subject by dividing both sides by A. So we divide by A, we divide by 10. Our A is in fact going to be A is equals to 1.6D. So under this equation for the sum, where we see A, we put negative, we put positive 1.6D. So it is going to be 3 you multiply by A, which is 1.6D, then plus 16D is equals to 78. This one is going to give us 4.8D plus 16D is equals to 78. Is equals to 78. So if you add this, I'm very sure it is going to give us um, 20.8D. If you divide on both sides by 20.8D, then our D is going to be our common difference is going to be 3.75. Now that AD is 3.75, and we already know that our A is 1.6D, we are going to find A by saying that our A is equals to 1.6. Now we multiply by 3.75. Now our A is going to be, our A is in fact going to be 6. Our A is going to be 6. Now we have worked out the first term and the common difference. Now the first term will say A is equals to 6, and then D is equals to 3.75. 3.75. Very, very, very important. Very important. Now the next part says work out the sum of the first 9 terms of the arithmetic progression. For us to be able to do that, then we must write the formula and say that for one to be able to get the sum, then you need to get the number of terms. The number of terms you multiply by uh, uh, 2a, that is a is the first term, then plus n minus 1, then you multiply by the common difference. The sum of 9 terms is going to be 9 over 2, then we multiply by 2 times 6, then plus that is n, which is 9 minus 1, then we multiply by 3.75. So if we put these in our calculators, I'm very much aware that we are going to get 189. So 189 is the sum of the first 9 terms of the arithmetic progression. Now, what is the difference between the fourth and the seventh term of an increasing arithmetic progression? So we need to underline the fourth and what? The seventh. Let us get the sum. We are going to say that the sum of the difference between the fourth and seventh term of AP is going to be in fact 6. We multiply by 6 into that is 3.75, which is our common difference. We take away 6 plus that is 3. We multiply by 3.75. I'm very sure if we do this, we are going to get 11.25 as the difference between the fourth and the seventh term of an increasing arithmetic progression. Thank you for watching. Um, don't forget to subscribe and share this video to as many of your friends as possible. And more is coming, more is on the way. So make sure you keep an eye on this channel. Thank you so much. Until we meet again. Bye bye. God bless you.